Good morning, everybody. How are you? Saturday. First off, let me go to the NFL schedule and get the game stuff out of the way. I don't do injury reports and stuff like that because I don't trust them, to be quite honest with you. Yeah, if the guy's out of the game, the guy's out of the game, but you would have heard about during the week. Alright, here we go. First up, week 2. Cowboys Giants, Cowboys. Steelers Seahawks, Steelers. Titans Rams, Rams. Jets Bills, Bills. Dolphins Patriots, Well, let's go with the Dolphins. I don't think the Patriots are a long-term Alright, I have to start all over again because they didn't, okay, we'll start all over again, alright, because it's in the wrong order. We're taking the Steelers over the Seahawks, the Rams over the Titans, the Bills over the Jets, the Dolphins over the Patriots, the Bengals over the Jaguars, 49ers over the Saints, Ravens over the Browns, Bears over the Lions. Lions have a problem. I don't know what it is yet. And, okay, Colts Broncos. We'll take the Colts. The Cardinals against the Panthers. The big game. Late afternoon game. Chiefs Eagles, we're going to take the Chiefs. I just don't see the Chiefs going 0-2. If they do, their season's over. Vikings Falcons, Vikings Texans Buccaneers. You got to go with the Buccaneers. I just love Baker Mayfield. Really, really do. Raiders Chargers. Now, this is always a classic game. Got to go with the Chargers. They're just I hate to say that because I'm a big Raiders fan, but got to go with the Chargers. All right? That takes care of that. Now where are we going? Oh, what happened? Okay. I guess we're going nowhere. Don't worry about it. What's up on my list of things to talk about? Oh, the big thing about Trump is threatening Europe. If they want if NATO wants his assistance in anything, they have to stop buying oil from Russia. Well, the deal is that Russian oil is very cheap, and he wants them to buy from either the Arab countries or the U.S., primarily the U.S., because that's where he's invested. That's where his investments lie, with American oil. And he's promised them an increase in sales and ability to drill and everything like that. So, if I'm NATO, I basically tell him to go screw himself. But that's me, not NATO. Trump's not going to back NATO up. And if you have to rely on Trump, if the world has to rely on Trump for security against invasions from Russia or China, the world is screwed. Okay? Because Trump's got no balls. He's got no balls, and unless you got a lot of money, he's not going to do shit. Alright? So, oh man, Saturday. They caught the guy that did the shooting of, I can't remember the guy, Kirk, I guess is the guy's name. And he's not saying anything. And that's, well, I guess, I don't know whether that's good or bad for him. But I think I don't know, I've read another article that said there was another suspect. I don't think so. This was a one-shot deal. And unless you're a practiced sniper team from, veteran sniper team, you don't need another guy. Everything was good about it except that he doesn't figure on the response, and they don't know how to get out of the area. That's what security does. Excuse me. Security goes out and sets up as much as possible to prevent a shot, but then if something happens, they prevent any escape completely out of the area. You know, that you think if you get 2 miles away from the target zone, you're safe, but that's not the way it is. It goes outward from there. And in this guy's case, he was pretty well set up to get out of town, but then his old man or somebody dimed him out. You know, that's part of the problem. The more people that are involved in this, the more likely that's going to happen. There's a lot of money thrown around for turning him in. There's a lot of recognition, fame for turning him in. And if they think you're lying, there's a lot of grief you're going to get. You know, you have to have the tightest group of people around you you've ever had that known to mankind, and they're not going to. They know you're not going to turn on them, and they won't turn on you. But I don't know whether that's true or not. I don't know whether that's true in this particular circumstance, and I don't think he had anybody behind him. You don't want anybody around you unless you're being paid a tremendous amount of money, in which case you still don't want anybody around you. And after you're paid, you may have to kill the people that paid you because they want to make their money back. They accomplished what they wanted to. They turn around and say, okay, screw it. You know what I mean? Let's turn them in. The news is old when you look at it on Saturday morning, you know. A lot of college games today, but I don't know what the deal with that is. I have to go look at something here, but that's all right. You keep listening to my bullshit and we'll be okay. Listen, you know, I have a lot of people now that are looking at my videos. They're doing it for free, which is what it's supposed to be, you know. I don't know whether that's good or bad, you know what I'm saying? But I don't wow, very bad. Don't listen to me if I ever offer you a college bet. Whoa, boy, I'm telling you. Okay, let's go back there. Anyhow, you know, he was upset. His father was upset that Kirk's assassin. You know, people can't. You know, it's like Trump does something and nobody does anything about it because they realize nothing's going to happen. All right. You have to take out 4 or 5 people if you want change. All right, shooting Donald Trump will do nothing but give you a really, really whack job, a crazy son of a bitch, with loyalty to nobody. At least Trump has some loyalty to money. This guy's not loyal to anything or anybody, and that would be J.D. Vance. And I don't know exactly you know what they'll do about that. But look at what Trump's done. He's halted funds for the global HIV/AIDS programs. He's halted. He wants to stop vaccines. He wants to control everything. He wants to be able to put you under his thumb, so that if you want something or anybody else in the world wants something, they have to come to him on bended knee and give him money or something else he needs. You know, and that's a dictator for you. You know, he's trying to be a little bit like Genghis Khan or something, or somebody like that. He doesn't want to be like Hitler or Mussolini or Stalin or anybody like that. He wants to be like Genghis Khan, where if people aren't loyal to him, he just kills them. He's an empty suit, really. He's got. You watch him when he says. They asked him a question this morning about the Kirk assassination and how he was holding up about it, and he went on about the beautiful ballroom they're building. Nobody gives a shit about that ballroom. The average individual on this planet doesn't care. Because the average individual on this planet's never going to get inside it except with a TV camera, you know? And I have a lot of other things I can do with my time than watch, you know, rich people parade around in a room that's just probably disgustingly opulent. Because I remember that was the problem when I went to his Taj Mahal casino in Atlantic City, was that it was just so ugly, because it was so much big crystal chandeliers and everything like that, and it was dark. You know, it was just depressing. Nobody wants to see that stuff when they're gambling. You know, you want a limited amount of visual distraction when you're gambling. Of course, you know, it's not going to help you one way or the other. And you want to be able to, you know, have background noise that's wiping out the noise around you. Not the other way around. But Donald Trump is a complete moron when it comes to that. He doesn't know acoustics. He doesn't know anything. He said these are real estate. He made his real estate deals by screwing people, trashing people, kicking people out of their homes, taking over their properties. Okay, so you say, well, why did they have the money? They should have had the money. Yeah, well, you know, you ever been late on your rent, pal? I was like 1 minute away from being evicted, but I have a good lawyer. And I sent the guy the check. The guy just didn't want to take it. I had to pay a penalty, and he wanted the penalty. So I sent him the money for the penalty, and then I, you know, caused him as much grief as I possibly could, and worked out well. You have to know how to cause people grief, all right? Beating up on somebody isn't grief. You have to make life difficult for them. The way you do it is you make life difficult in everyday life. You do that, and they have they'll have problems dealing with you. If you don't do that, well, you know, you try other ways around it. It's not a good thing. It's not a good deal. It really isn't, because you end up breaking the law or getting screwed, and you're very well known at this point in time, so it's not a good idea. But if you could circumvent the law and still be legal, and you're just causing this guy a tremendous amount of grief. And I'm not saying you blow up a car. Maybe it's a couple of flat tires to guests in the apartment complex or wherever you're living, you know, or something like that. All right, listen up. Saturday. Did we go over the NFL games? We went over the NFL games tomorrow. I'm not going to be here tomorrow. I like my Sundays off. My wife is going to be back from her 5-day vacation at the beach, you know, and I'm going to have to listen to her complain about her legs and everything else again. So, you know, maybe I can get somebody to walk the dog, and I walk Lucy for me. Nah, I don't want to do that. I like walking Lucy. It's my friend, you know. So be careful out there. And while you're being careful, subscribe to my channel. What do you got to lose? Nothing. It doesn't cost any money. Okay, you can turn it off when you want to turn it off. You can turn it on when you want to turn it on. Because these aren't live videos. These are posted videos, so you can watch them whenever you want to watch them. You can delete them. You can do whatever you want. Okay? But subscribe, because sometimes it's fun, you know, watching me stumble around and be an idiot. I have something going on in here right now, but I hope it's okay. Anyhow, it's very, very hot down here right now, so that's always hard to stay healthy in very, very hot weather, because it cools off so fast when you get out of the sun down here. Anyhow, subscribe, comment. You know, not a one-word comment where I have to try to figure out what it means, okay? Unless it's asshole. That I understand. Okay, so anyhow, we'll see you Monday morning. I don't know what will happen between now and then. Hopefully it'll be a relaxing weekend, but we'll have to wait and see. So, take care, have a good day tomorrow, and I'll see you Monday.